Pipe friends, today we're talking about Super Mario Bros. For NES, the game that practically launched the career of a mustachioed plumber more famous than the pipes themselves. And yes, I'm talking about the legendary Mario, that guy who decided that jumping on enemies' heads is the best way to resolve conflicts. But let's see what makes this game a masterpiece, and what makes us want to turn everything off and start crocheting.
Super Mario Bros. Is basically a platformer, where our mustachioed hero must save Princess Peach from the fearsome Bowser. The basic mechanics? Jumping on enemies like Goombas and Koopa Troopas, collecting coins, eating giant mushrooms, and entering pipes. Pipes everywhere. Which is a bit ironic, since Mario is a plumber and has probably never done a real repair in his entire life. The control is precise, almost surgical, and makes you feel like a pixelated acrobat, but what if you miss a jump by a millimeter? Goodbye. Mario, dropped like a sack of potatoes. And it is precisely here that the real enemy of Super Mario Bros. Comes into play. It is not Bowser, but gravity. That damned physics that makes you fall into ravines due to a poorly calculated jump.
Each level is a little lesson in game design. At first, the game teaches you the mechanics without ever telling you anything. See a Goomba? You avoid it or jump on it, you learn naturally. The levels become progressively more complex, and the sense of challenge is balanced like a dance between Mario and his enemies. And let's not forget the legendary warp zones, those little shortcuts we all loved when we wanted to get crafty. The main theme of Super Mario Bros. Is so iconic that even your grandmother probably recognizes it. And the music is not only memorable, but perfectly integrated with the pace of the game. The background theme puts you in a good mood as you race to save the princess, or, more likely, when you fall into a hole for the 10th time. The red mushroom. That little friend that transforms Mario into Super Mario, capable of taking more hits from enemies. And then there's the fire flower, which allows Mario to throw fireballs as if he were a superhero or a pyromaniac, depending on your point of view.
The flaws? Oh yes, there are some here too. Jump physics, as mentioned before, jumps in Super Mario Bros. Are precise, but sometimes a little too precise. A millimeter too much, and you end up in the void. And then, Mario has a sort of inertia syndrome. If you are running at full speed and stop at the last one, Mario will still make a small slide ahead. And do you know where it ends? That's right, straight into a ravine. Thanks, Mario. Limited lives, there's nothing more frustrating than reaching level 8 to 4 and running out of lives. Goodbye, progress. Back to the beginning. Yes, I know, there were codes and tricks, but if you were one of those unfortunate kids with no older siblings who told you about Warp Zone, you were screwed. Nintendo was ruthless. In-air controls, once Mario is in the air, he seems to lose his ninja plumber agility and becomes more like a Lego brick. There is no way to correct the jump gracefully, and you often end up jumping too short or too long. A bit like trying to park a car in reverse, only here there are bottomless ditches.
Visually, Super Mario Bros. Is now an icon. The sprites are simple, but incredibly effective. The mountains in the background? They are not mountains, they are green-colored bushes. Yes, gentlemen, Nintendo already knew how to save memory back then. And despite everything, that pixelated design has become part of pop culture, so much so that today those retro images are loved by millions.
In conclusion, Mario forever? So, is Super Mario Bros. A masterpiece? Absolutely yes. But is it perfect? Absolutely not. It's a well-crafted torture, where every wrong jump makes you re-evaluate your motor skills and every life lost makes you grip the controller a little harder. But, despite everything, we always come back. Because in the end, who can resist the charm of Mario, Peach, and Bowser? So, are you ready to take a leap into the past? But remember, one jump at a time, please, or it will all end up in the same ravine.